Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Stella Sora video. So I have had a chance to test Nazuka, and of course with plenty of runs over and over again, doing some ascension runs, finally got through with I think a much more acceptable and manageable build. Now first things first, Nazuka is insane. She's by far the strongest Ventus character right now. So if you care about getting just a Ventus specifically DPS character, then she is going to be right there. However, it's going to be a little bit more complicated than that because she's a versatile character. Alright, so being a versatile character, that means that she can fit in either slot. That means she's going to be able to be a Vanguard or a support. Alright, you can use her as a main DPS or as a support. Ideally, I do recommend using her as a support, and I'll explain why shortly. But first things first, let's look at what she's capable of in terms of her builds, right? So if you are going with the path of right here, you can see the main build. You can either go for build 1 or build 2. So far, based on me testing all of the builds, the build 2 seems to be better, either in the main one or in the support one. However, I'm more familiar with the support one because I do already have a Nanoha as my main DPS one. So for the time being, if you are looking to make the best Ventus team right now, it is going to be consisting of Nazuka, Nanoha, and of course Anne as a support, right? Basically, Kanace will be the one that's getting removed. She's the one that's out. So this is one of the support one that I managed to get a build one for the support that I was able to configure. Of course, this is going to be very difficult, but I do have 2 5-star discs right now. So one from the event shop, which is the 1, 2, 3 jump, and of course lemon and black tea, which is something that you can purchase from the shop as well. And I was thinking of getting one more from the battle pass, right? So hopefully that's going to get for a easier run. Now let's talk about building a support Nazuka. So ideally, this is going to be your focus if you're trying to do ascension runs. There's a couple of things that you need to take note of. Number one is you either want to go with flower formation, which is going to be the superior build in my opinion, or you want to go with the flower petals. Alright, so there's going to be 1 or 2 builds. Flower petals is going to be, so far based on my experimentation, is doing a little bit less damage, about 10 to 20% less than the flower formation. Now flower formation is going to be in my opinion the better one, because this is going to be something that you can do easily, even though the effect can only be triggered once per second. Alright, but you can see right here, this one is going to be where she is going to do a lot of damage, right? So this is going to be where 370%, and this is an effect that will be triggered once per second. Alright, if you combine with the flower formation blast as well, which is ideally you want to get this one as well, you are going to be able to inflict mark, and that's going to be what makes this very strong. So the ideal 4 main perks that you want to look out for is going to be flower formation waves, turbulent, flower formation blast, and also this particular one, the almighty leader. Now this one is insane, right? If you look at this, it goes up to 63%. All Vanguard and versatile Ventus trackers Ventus damage increased by 63% in the squad. This is permanent. Now this is going to make your main DPS, in your case Nanoha, and then Nazuka as well, is going to get that boost in power. Now obviously it's not going to affect Anne, but that's just how it is, right? So if you have Anne right there, she's just a support. But all in all, this is going to be a big boost. Also for Anne, if you are able to obtain this particular one, if you are able to obtain the Forest Princess Blessing, alright, you combine these two, 35% chance to increase Ventus damage dealt by a random ally by 155%. That's going to be insane, right? This is going to be a lot more. So if you can get both of these level 6, then that's going to be where all the damage is going to come in and make the strongest Ventus team possible. Now it is going to be a little bit difficult, to be honest, right? Lots of RNG in your runs, alright? You might get one level 6 but not the other one. So that's just going to be how it is. Alright, so I'm doing a run on Arena right now. I'm going to show you guys this difficulty 9. But look at this. We're going to fight the minions right here. Alright, this is going to be like a scenario where there's plenty of minions right here. Look at this. Nanoha is going to hit with plenty of the shurikens and stuff. Alright, but you can see all of these things on the map. These are because of Nazuka. Alright, she's the one causing that. Okay, look, so she just came out and fired the support skill right there. Alright, so that's pretty cool. And of course Nanoha is she's not bad, alright? She's throwing shurikens, she's doing as much as she can. But the thing is, most of the damage source is going to be coming from Nazuka. Look at this. It's not even close, right? 90% is coming from Nazuka. Alright, 10% is where Nanoha goes to. Now, does this actually change in bosses, right? Because I'm fighting plenty of minions. So again, this is build 2 for Nazuka, for support build 2. Let's fight the arena, the 10th one. This is going to be for the boss, right? So let's fight this. This is Guardian of Taunts right here. Okay, he's gonna charge forward. Okay. So boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna be firing the shurikens. Just stay out of the range, alright? Okay. So I'm trying to not stay too close because I have a perk from Nanoha where the further you are, the more damage of the shurikens you can do, right? But look at that. Against boss, believe it or not, same results, and you're gonna see Nazuka is still going to beat out Nanoha. Alright, so it's not as far, the gap is not as far as compared to when you fight minions, but still, man, I can't believe how strong she is. Right, this is like literally just insane. And the funny thing is here, let me show you guys, right? Here's the crazy thing. Here's the craziest thing of this, right? My Nazuka is level 70, alright? And my Nanoha is level 80. And yet, my Nazuka is doing more damage. Alright, it's not just about the level, right? I'm sure you guys are aware by now. With the level, you get this attack right here, you can see, right? So she has 4,600 attack, right? 4.6k attack, I could get it to 5.6k. Nanoha on the other hand, right, she has 6,000 attack right there, you guys can see, right? So she has way more attack in terms of the, what is that? The skills are the same, right? So you can see I am currently focusing on the support build, so support skill is going to be the one that you need, and of course the ultimate, right? So level 6, the skills are the same, so you can see the skills here, level 6 as well. So hopefully you guys can see I'm trying to be as transparent as I can. Ultimate here, this is level 5, but that one is one factor. And one more thing is the emblems, right? So don't forget about that because my level is lower. My Nazuka is level 70. That means I can only get one slot of emblem, right? So I can show you guys my emblem right here. Ventus damage, Ventus pen, and then of course crit damage and minion crit rate. Okay, that's cool and all. Nanoha gets 2 emblem because she is level 80, right? So you can see right here, we got this particular... Oh, there's a lot of yellow, right? Yellow is better, but still, Nanoha loses in damage. So Nazuka wins by far, and that makes her right now the strongest Ventus character by far. So, here's the thing. Should you pull for her? I absolutely think that she is probably going to be the most meta character by far, and I do think that she's probably going to be the go-to in the support role, right? Maybe like once another Vanguard comes out for Ventus, Nanoha will get replaced, but for now I think Nazuka is gonna stay. She's probably going to fit better in Versatile. I do think so, because I just don't see a reason for you to put her in Vanguard right now. There's a couple of reasons why. Number one is skills are very expensive, alright? So trust me when I say this, as somebody that makes a mistake building a couple of characters, if you build her as a Vanguard, right? Let's say you go and upgrade this level, this main attack, and also her skill, alright, her main skill as well, up to like level 7 or level 8, that's very expensive, right? Once you get that up, you cannot refund and get back the materials. So let's say if you are going to pull Nanoha later on, let's say for those of you who do not have Nanoha, then now what? Now you're gonna shift her towards this build. So it's like, it's all wasted, I feel like, especially building characters are just so expensive. Take it from somebody that actually built Amber, alright? I actually invested quite a bunch in her, alright? And then Fuyuka came out and I'm like, okay, all those resources are just poof, alright? So, maybe in the future we'll get some sort of like skill reset or whatever, right, that you can get back the materials. But for now, it's very expensive, especially if you are... Just gotta be careful with all of these versatile characters, right? If you want to build them as support or as DPS, keep in mind, if you build them as one or the other, you want to pivot later, it is very costly, especially if you are free to play, alright? Maybe if you're a whale, you're a spender, it might not be that big of a deal for you. But if you are somebody that's like free to play and you're trying to build all of these teams, all of these elements, there's just going to be a bunch of like, I guess, risk to reward factor to it, right? So at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself, is this really justified for your account? I would say for most players' account, you're better off building Nazuka as a support type. The truth is, I don't really see why you want to build her as a DPS when you can see right here, right? This is me testing in the run earlier. When her support is really doing this much damage, right? Her DPS, her as a main DPS and her as a support is just not going to change too much. This was Noya as a main DPS. This is you can see her support is, she's still going to do a lot of damage. So there's just no reason for you to try to make her a main DPS. Just leave Noya as the main DPS, right? So if you don't have Nanoha, that is. Now, since she is so strong and very powerful, the entire Ascension run is going to be much more focused on her as opposed to Nanoha or Anne, right? So you want to try to focus and get as many of her perks as you can. But one thing to note is her disc. Here's my recommendation, right? If you're not going to be pulling for her disc, right now her disc is going to be not too bad, but I don't think it's that great either. You can see right here the skill damage of Ventus support trackers in the squad is going to increase by 20%. And she does benefit a lot from this, right? She is going to be a Ventus character as a whole, right? When any Ventus support tracker deals skill damage, alright, removes all stacks and then of course increase skill damage taken by the target. This is all very cool, alright? She's a character that's focuses a lot on the skill damage, and she can also increase the Ventus squad damage right here, increase their skill damage, and right here, when the Ventus main tracker deals damage, increase Ventus damage off this hit, right? So I would say this is not bad, but one more good alternative is going to be the Battle Pass overall, right? If you guys haven't obtained it for this particular season, I would highly consider it because the Battle Pass weapon increased the squad's Ventus damage by 10%. So that means using her as a support, she is going to be able to benefit from it as well because everybody is going to get the 10% damage consecutively, not just for skill but also for your ultimate and of course everything else, right? So this is going to be very beneficial. When any Ventus tracker deals non-auto attack damage to a target, there's a 35% chance to inflict this. Again, I feel like for Nazuka, this is going to be something that you can activate very easily. Alright, you can get this Ventus damage taken 10%. So this particular one can increase your ultimate. Alright, that's going to be not too bad, right? Her ultimate has big range as well. And then this one is going to be much more beneficial if there's plenty of minions on the map. But overall, if you are looking for a good one, it's going to be this particular one. I was thinking to buy this, the one from the shop right here for the final echoing. This one increased the attack. This one can also buff your skill even further. So this one is also not bad, right? If you are looking to improve Nazuka's damage overall, I would say not too bad as a whole. But ideally, the one that's important is going to be the one from the event shot right now. The 1 to 3 jump. All of this will be able to be benefited by Nazuka in the support slot. So I highly recommend getting this. Make sure you guys pay priority to that one, right? So all in all, Nazuka, I feel like she's worth it. If you ask me, definitely for her being the best Ventus type character right now. Of course, that depends on you. Do you care about Ventus element as a whole, right? I do think that she's probably going to stay meta for a while. I just don't see how, she's going to get replaced anytime soon, considering that she can do more damage than Nanoha. So that's just going to be something that's, in my opinion, kind of insane. Now, whether or not you want to pull for her is going to be dependent on your account, right? If you care about Ventus as a whole, sure. But if you're waiting to get something like an Umbra character, I guess that's the only other element right now, right? That doesn't have another like red up character. We can wait for a little bit before you guys decide and wait before the banner goes away to get a better idea of what's the upcoming limited character, right? So with that being said, that's gonna be it for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go try to do more testing. I need to get a better Ascension run and I'll be able to show you guys more of her, right? So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you guys think I missed anything. Subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.